Hello, welcome to the CRL Show. I'm Paul Arundale.
I'm Geoff Stevenson.
Another crackerjack episode coming your way. We'll review all the results from the weekend, plus preview. We've got the big hits, tries of the week, a few interesting moments, plus we'll dig deep into the Peter McDonald Premiership and a bit more on Around the Grounds. That's coming up in the CRL Show. Yes, welcome to another episode of the CRL Show. Another weekend. We just can't get through a weekend without wet weather.
No, and you know, we get to the pointy end. There's so much happening when it comes to semi-finals, and teams, we'll talk about it during the show, almost in semi-finals, what they have to do to get in the semi-finals. Some that have just missed out, some that have just been knocked out. So, there's plenty going on, but there's really bad timing to have a bit more rain.
Yeah, end of season trips. I guess some teams would be thinking about planning. Maybe they've already planned them. They just can't wait to get in there.
Or cancelling plans because they were like, you know, we weren't sure we'd be in the semis, and here we are. So we're going to have to do something about that.
Yeah, did you get out and see anything on the weekend?
Yeah, I headed down to Canberra. Went to Castlereagh to watch them dominate. Well, actually, probably unfair on Goulburn City, but they had a great win down there. Heading into the semi-finals, they're looking. Considering we talk Queanbeyan pretty constantly on here when it comes to Canberra comp, Tuggeranong are looking like they could get the biscuits. I think I tipped them in my tip, so I've kind of got riding them home, and maybe that's a bad omen for them, but who knows?
Yeah, we've got some highlights now up of Canberra, Woden Valley. They had another win on the weekend, come from behind to beat Queanbeyan Blues. There's the winning try. Yeah. And we'll see a great try here from Tuggeranong, the game you're at. I think we might actually see you in the background. Bit of a deflection and turning point in the game, really. This gave the Bushrangers the extended lead, which is enough to get the 2 points.
It was one of those arm wrestly kind of games for a lot of the result didn't do Goulburn justice. Yeah. It was really, really close game.
Yeah, no, it was a interesting weekend of footy down there, and you can see the ladder, or if you're listening to this, the two Queanbeyan teams are on top. The Roos 22, Blues 20, Tuggeranong 18, West Belconnen round out the top four on 17, but in fifth place is Woden Valley. We were trying to do our maths before we started recording. I think Woden Valley have to win by 50 this weekend against Goulburn City, and then hope that Belconnen upset West Belconnen by about the same. Yeah. Or just upset them, really. Yeah. It's the weird thing is it's not out of the question.
No.
Again, nothing against Goulburn City.
No, that's right.
But it's not out of the question that Woden Valley, and they'd be spewing because they got 2 points deducted a few months back, which looks like it's going to cost them a final spot. But
I think tellingly, it becomes one of those things, that last round stuff about when the games are played as well. So Woden Valley play on the Saturday, and the West Bell derby's on the Sunday. So either West Bell will know what's ahead of them. They'll be like, we're good, we're fine. Yep. Or they'll go, oh, geez, we can't lose by this amount. We should be right. Yeah. And hopefully for them, it doesn't get in their head, because if you're down by 30 and you have to win by not lose by 40, it can really start to play mind tricks on you.
Yeah, so absolutely.
Be a great finish down at Canberra way.
Yeah, a couple of other comps heading into their final round this weekend. Illawarra, it's close up the top, and Western Suburbs here with a try. Poor old Dealer, they haven't had the best of months. No. Western Suburbs getting the win, moving in the second. Now, Collies wrapped up the minor premiership with a good win over Dapto at the showground. Then this one, almost a battle of the spoon, Thurul v Corrimal. Where is it? It's like something else there for a moment, but Corrimal breaking away to, I think they got the victory. I can't remember. I haven't got the notes there of the results. Thurul won.
Yeah.
But again, there's the ladder for you. So Collies on top, well out in front, but then it's West, Dapto, Dealer wrapping up the top four. Disappointing year for Thurul.
Yeah, I just sort of expected more of them going into the season. I guess there's always got to be those teams when a team like Dapto surprises you. So, you know, like you got to have some teams down the bottom of the ladder that are being replaced or replacing teams like Dapto that have done exceptionally well. I love that footy of them running in the mud. I sort of thought just then, like, it's hard for commentators, it's hard for referees and stuff. Could you accidentally tackle your own player maybe? Like...
Quite.
There's a drop ball, it's picked up, and you just tackle them. No, it's me, sort of thing. Because they were just, for those listening, I don't know, 26 guys all running. They all look like exactly the same. They were just coated in mud, so you have no idea. Well, you go obviously the pass. You pass at the wrong guy.
The funny thing about Gibson Oval where that was played at, like even when it's sunshine and been sunny for a month, there's still no grass on that field, so just a bit of water, that's what happens. But it's great that they allow them to play. I mean, surely the groundsmen, the council are like pulling their hair out, but I'm sure there was a game last season at the same ground. Yep.
Season or two ago, and again, you've got to like thumbs up to the guys that have to manage that, guys and girls have to manage that ground.
Yeah,
because they could easily say, "Nah, forget about it." But we get great vision and great. They'd have some great stories.
And people turn up to watch it too.
I wish I'd gone there. Like, I think it'd be a fantastic game to watch. It's a mud bath, not a bloodbath.
We head up way north to the Sunshine Coast, and heading into the final round up there this weekend. And Stanley River, they wrapped up the minor premiership, defeating Kawana Dolphins. Stanley River, they've been the benchmark all year. Only their second or third year back in the top grade, so well done to the Wolves. Maroochydore, the second place side here, having a good win over Nambour. The Swans look like they're going to be the major contenders to the Wolves for the Sunny Coast Premiership. But an interesting final round we've got coming up. Beerwah, two-time premiers, in danger of missing the semi-finals if they lose to Coolum, who are third place. I'll go through the ladder. Yeah. Stanley River's on top on 64 points. Maroochydore in second on 54. Third place is Coolum on 48. Noosa in fourth on 46. Then you got on 36 points Beerwah and Kawana. Now Beerwah take on Coolum. They must win. Kawana take on Caboolture. They're in last place and haven't had a win all year. So, it's... interesting times up there. They have a really strange point system. We still don't know how it works, if they get 3-4 points for a win and they get bonus points for as many tries or what. But
they're cleverer than us when it comes to setting up their systems. But it's a throwaway line. For and against could be important and stuff. But this time of year, you think Kawana must have been thinking, look, if we could have contained, Stanley River a bit on the weekend and stuff like that. But you can only do what you're going to do. But we're down now to where the big losses and the big wins kind of make their presence felt, kind of thing. So it'll be very interesting up there. And I can sort of see Coolum and Kawana both winning, and it coming down to that point system or for and against. Yeah,
we'll wait and see and see if there's any questions about how it all works.
Well, they understand it, I guess. They know.
A magic moment from the weekend. Marty Roberts, Casino Cougars reserve grade. This is from the start of the game. The kickoff. The big front row on number 8, charging down the sideline. Then the smallest player on the field, the fullback, brings him down.
Got him.
Collars him, wraps him up. Now we're going to keep running. So that's tackle 1. 20 out. The 11 comes in for a run. Just a simple sort of hit up. 10 away. What are you going to do? You go backfield? No, we'll go back down the short side. Here's our number 8. Again, Marty Roberts plants the ball down, try in the opening minute. Now, for stats, front rowers normally do around 100 metres per game.
Yeah.
He's done 100 metres in 2 hit-ups and got a try.
And he may have said, okay, I'm off now. I'm done. Yeah. That's I've done my quota. I like how, I think whether he was going to score a try or not, he decided to take like the racing turn, like off the outside the rail, away from the mud. But he just stayed on the grass.
Yeah.
I don't know whether a few other players tried to do that, but it worked.
A very good ploy, yeah. And you mentioned something last week that Collegians in the Illawarra competition, they're the kings of wet weather football, or they know how to sniff out a try in the wet or a puddle.
Yeah.
So have a look at this. So this was one of our tries of the week last week from Nick Hall. See the first kick, deflection, Nick Hall picks it up. Now, gets through a couple of tackles, puts it on the toe, finds this puddle here, just stops dead, dives on it, scores a great try, they celebrate. Now, we go back to round one. This is to win the game. This is round one, opening game of the season. Collies v Western Suburbs. 2 kicks, a flick pass as well. Here's this kick here, cross kick, pinpoint accuracy, try again. Collies, they are the kings of wet weather footy.
They are. And look, if you want to find a puddle, they know where to find one because, like I think I said in that first round game, there was probably one puddle on the field, and that was the one that decided the win for the Collies. So I don't know if there'll be rain dances happening in the next few weeks, downhill or away. They can't say that they have a wetter track than others because they are just across the road from West. So they surely get the same amount of rain because it's just there. But it's good on them. They're the wet track specialists and the kickers. You got to credit them. Like you can, what would I know? But I reckon you could really stuff up a kick in the wet. You can either kick too hard, thinking, the wet will look after this, or go too light and it doesn't quite get there. But they're nailing it.
Yeah, so Collies, the kings of wet weather footy.
Yeah.
See if they are the kings of September footy in a couple of weeks.
Check your forecasts, Collies fans, and find out what's going to look like.
All right, we'll get into some results that happened on the weekend. We may as well stick with Illawarra first. It's down there. Collies 22-14 over Dapto, West 34-6 over De La Salle, and Thrill 16-14 over Corrimal. That's round 14.
Yeah, in RRL, luckily it stayed dry enough up there, round 15. Lower Clarence went down to Casino 16 points to 12. Coogin 40 points to 8 against the Tweed Coast. Ballina defeated Maris Brothers 32-10 in the derby. Kyogle went down to Mullumbimby 32-18. 12 points to 6, Bellamble defeated Tweed Heads, and Byron Bay 14-10 defeated Evans Head.
Yeah, some interesting results there. Pretty much the top 6 is all sort of locked.
Yeah, and
ready to go
and stuff.
Yeah.
But good on. I think Evans Head and Byron arranged for that game to be moved to Byron Bay because of wet weather. So there was some wet weather up there, but good on them for getting that game going, and good on Evans Head for giving up a home game.
Yeah. Where were we? Round 16, Newcastle Rugby League. Sleepy's Day on the Saturday saw Maitland defeat South 24-10. Then on Sunday, it didn't get off to a great start with Lakes v West postponed. The Entrance won a tight one over Central, 20-16. Curry 32-8 over Macquarie. Cessnock in a tight one, 16-12 over Wyong. Northern Hawks had the bye.
Yeah, in Canberra, round 17, some of the footage we've already watched. Tuggeranong defeated Goulburn City 36-22. Belconnen United defeated Gas 28-18. West Bell defeated the Roos The Roos defeated West Bell 40-24. Queanbeyan Blues lost to Woden Valley 24 points to 20.
Yeah, Group 9, round 14, a big win to Gundagai, 32-22 over Albury Thunder. The Roos, 24-18 over Temora. Cootamundra, 44-4 over Brothers to take the Challenge Cup.
Yeah.
Young, 26-24 over South City, and Tumut, 30-12 over Junee.
What a result it'll be if Cootamundra end up claiming the Challenge Cup first year back.
Yeah.
Like it's just, that's what the Challenge Cup's about, I think, where you give teams a bit of start, give them a chance, and they could end up holding it at the end of the year.
Yeah, good stuff.
Group 7, round 15, couple of games down there. Kiama defeated Gerringong 16 points to 12, and Stingrays defeated Milton Ulladulla 40 points to 10.
Yeah, only the 2 games. We talked about the old split round.
Yeah. Well, it might have. I mean, I don't know how wet it got down there, but it might have been a good weekend to have less games.
Yeah, Sunshine Coast, round 17, saw Stanley 48-12 over Kawana, Noosa 26-4 over Caboolture, Maroochydore 40-10 over Nambour, and Coolum 34-8 over Caloundra. Beerwah had the bye.
In Brisbane, round 19, close one to start off. West defeated Logan 20 points to 18. Redcliffe defeated Carina 20 points to 14. And South defeated Valleys 30 points to 22.
Gold Coast, round 15, Burleigh, big winners over Runaway Bay, 48-0. Dugan, 78-10 over Southport, and Currumbin, 40-16 over Helensvale.
Yeah, and Ipswich, round 13, just one game there. Fassy Fern went down to Redbank Plains, 58 points to 12.
Yeah, there were the other results. They'll be up on your screen. Apologies, I haven't
I wasn't
put them
sure
in
whether
for
they
you.
were canned or whether they were...
Ipswich defeated North Tigers, and West Brothers defeated West End.
Yeah, nice.
I think it was like 58 to 6.
All away wins for the week. Yeah.
Where are we? Knock-on effect cup round 23 saw Canberra 32-14 over the Dragons, Manly 30-12 over Newcastle, Penrith 26-16 over Newtown, the Warriors 34-30 over Canterbury to keep that undefeated run continuing. It looked in danger too there at one stage. Parramatta 32-30 over Norths, and Eastern Suburbs 26-24 over Souths.
Nice, and now to the Harvey Norman Premiership, round 6, and South defeated Central Coast 26-18. Newcastle defeated West 26-6. Mounties defeated Penrith 20-0. Cronulla upset St George 20 points to 8. 26-0 Canterbury defeated Illawarra, and Parramatta in a close one defeated Wentworthville 20 points to 18.
Ron Massey Cup round 19, Hills Bulls 29-22 over the Mounties, and St Mary's 22-18 over Ryde Eastwood. The rest of the field had the bye.
Yeah, now Flegg, round 23. Canterbury defeated the Warriors 26 points to 14. The Dragons defeated Canberra 26 points to 10. Knights 44-16 against Manly. Cronulla in a close one against Penrith 24-16. Parramatta defeated Melbourne 24 points to 18. Silktails went down by not as much as they can sometimes. They lost to West Tigers 34 points to 22, and East defeated South 44 points to 12.
Yeah, there are the results from the weekend. Just to let you know, we'll have a little bit of a preview of the Peter McDonald Premiership in around the groups, but all the semi-finals of the Peter McDonald Premiership, that'll be on BarTV, kicking off this Saturday. So there's 4 venues. It's a top 8 out there, so you not only get first grade, you'll get under 18s, reserve grade, women's tackle, ladies league tag, and of course first grade live on BarTV Sports.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Different flavour, for those you've been watching the BarTV regular every week kind of comps, and it's good to get some flavour from out west.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, sort of a different flavour, big hits of the week. As I said, the wet weather seems to bring the field a bit closer together, but not up at the Gold Coast. It was warm, dry up there, but there's still a couple of big hits. Here they are. First up, we've got Marley Barrier Currumbin Eagles. He actually put on a couple of good shots. It was a nice driving tackle under 18s Division 1, the Gold Coast. Well done to Marley. Our second big hit of the week is a double whammy. Emily Marsh and Lizzie Montgomery, the Central Newcastle Butcherbirds, just driving back. I think that tackle started on the 30 and almost went back to the 20.
Yeah.
That was the only time that game was dry too. Reece Darkin of Sydney Roosters.
It's a long way from it though. As now Farko Orsi winds up. Oh, good shot once again. This time from Warwick, who went to war along with Dakin.
And Liam Bell here, St Mary's.
And the ball's come loose. Referee says play on here, and Bell with a devastating tackle there. Definitely feeling that.
Preston grading it. Lock forward decides he's going to come back the other way. Change of
Dennis
mind.
Papua of
Wide
Ipswich
ball
Brothers
to
A
Pawala.
grade.
Can he get into space? He's got Papua in front of him. He tries to turn Dennis inside out. Dennis decides to put him into touch. That's a strong tackle. Only played his first A grade game last week. Going to get plenty more on the back of that.
That was a great tackle, Dennis.
Yes, well done to all of our big hitters, and also the guys who are on the receiving end as well. Couldn't have done it without you.
Exactly.
All right, let's get into around the groups.
Right, well, like I said, pointy end of the season. I've been talking about Corey Cox a bit.
Really?
Really, for those who have just listened, Corey Cox, the wonderful second row captain coach of the Narromine Jets. I do get obsessed with different teams and people, so Corey, don't worry.
I haven't noticed
No,
that.
you're not going to be like the Snow River Bears, who I had to separate and divorce from. But Corey Cox, I just want to keep adding, like he scored in the semi-final on the weekend 2 more tries.
Oh, wow.
So we're now up to 25 tries in 13 games and 210 points. So I just want to keep following him because I want to see where this ends. He's
yeah.
got at least a couple more games to go because they'll play Cooler next week, and if they lose, they will get another chance, which we'll talk about soon when it comes to the Castlereagh League.
And Cooler's one of the undefeated teams.
Yeah, exactly. It's a pretty high level kind of comp when you look at all the records and just things that are happening there. Just for this week. So Canamble, unfortunately, were knocked out in the elimination final. They do a top 5 for the Castlereagh League. So they were knocked out by Gulgong, 32 points to 22. So next week, Cooler play Narromine with an opportunity. That's not a eliminator. They get
grand final qualifier.
Yeah, and the Unicorns play Gulgong.
Okay.
So it's getting to business end there. Woodbridge Cup news. They've got a top 8. It's they've started their semi-finals of Woodbridge Cup. So it's an interesting top 8 where one team drops out in the first round and then they kind of all come together for elimination games. I think I've seen that structure before, but I can't.
Minor premiers get the first week off, do they? And
okay.
I
think the top 2 get the first week off, and then they play this round. Anyway, I'll write. I'll read out what I wrote down. Manildra and Oberon have got the week off. Yeah, I think you're right. So they had whoever won those 2 games. They played last week and they won. They get the week off. It must be the top 4 get another chance. Peak Hill, where unfortunately the Roosters were the team that were knocked out this week. They lost to Orange United, 34 points to 10. Talking about Peter McDonald Premiership, Orange is looking like a pretty strong, doing pretty well this year when you think of Orange United in the Woodbridge Cup and the Sims in the Peter McDonald Premiership.
And the Hawks as well.
The Hawks are sort of on the cusp, I think. We're on the cusp. So, Orange is going great guns compared to other towns, not mentioning Dubbo. There's not like there's any kind of rivalry between Orange and Dubbo or anything like that. But anyway, you guys can fight amongst yourselves. Next week, so the elimination finals in the Woodbridge Cup are Canowindra and Orange United and Cowra, who are friends of the show. I'm going to call them friends of the show. They said they were quite proud they got all 3 grades, league tag and the youth comp, I think they call it, all in their semi-finals. They play Molong next week after going down this week. Now, Molong, for those that know, it's about an hour's drive from Cowra. They're organising a bus that they want to fill, potentially with Molong fans, not just fill it with, I don't know, scrap those cans you put in the machine to raise money. I don't know. Anyway, it's $30. I think it's pretty fair. $30 includes entry into the game. I reckon, those kind of, I like it when teams travel, but the atmosphere of a full, coachy kind of bus will be a lot of fun for anyone at Molong Way. Get on that bus. And the league tag, the league tag in the Woodbridge Cup. Yagara play Orange United this weekend, and Cowra play Canowindra. So the Manildra Rhinettes have a weekend off, and so do the Cargo Blue Healers. I thought they were called the High Healers, but I don't know whether I've got another team mixed up. Women's footy team.
Not too sure.
I can't remember. There's another Blue Hill. I haven't been along. Anyway, bit of something to plan ahead for. And also, I just thought this would be a good idea for some teams if they can make it possible to raise a bit of money and have a bit of fun. The Corowa Cougars are having an NRL Grand Final day where they're going to show the NRL Grand Final on the big screen on the field.
That'd be great. Because see, right next to an airport, you're landing, you could be...
Oh, that's so good.
At the grand final.
I'm a plane nut, so I'd be just looking at the planes going, oh, was there a try? I don't know. I love Tugan, just like, when the game's finished, and I'm going to sit here for another few more hours. Anyway, you rock up at 2 o'clock, it goes till late, you get a ticket. They really didn't tell you the ticket price just yet, but for your ticket, you get a roast dinner, drink and a dessert, but there'll be a bar on there, but it's all family focused. There's jumping castles, there's face painting and all that kind of stuff. I just think it's a great... I was just sort of thinking of other clubs. Like I thought, like the Mudgee Dragons, I think they've got a permanent screen there.
Yeah.
But other clubs, if you could organise some way of showing, getting your hands on a big screen, there's a lot of companies I think now that do portable ones you can just set up. It'd be a really great fundraiser and just community event. Because like Grand Final Day, you either sit in your backyard having a barbecue and, drinking too much and falling asleep and stuff, or you go to a pub and it's loud and that kind of stuff. They're saying this is something the whole family can be involved in. Spread out, bring your chairs, bring your... Yeah. And I thought like little kids could recreate, like if Xavier Coates scores in the corner, keep bumping my mic, does one of those massive corner, like the
Yeah.
kids could recreate it on the field.
They could.
And then a couple of hours later, the adults could. You know, like after they've got a bit of courage in them and stuff, it's like, no, I reckon or they could argue about, you could argue about whether he was onside by actually lining up. But no, he was offside, so he wasn't square in the marker and stuff. So, anyway, just an idea. Something we didn't mention last week, but the snow fell in a couple of places. The Armidale Rams, I'm not sure whether they actually got a game going after they had a lot of snow. I've got photos on the screen for those watching.
If you're listening, go to their Facebook page and check them out as well.
It's worth looking. Yeah. And same with the Tinga Tigers played Uralla.
Yep.
And they had some snow, but there's a great photo of the referee, Dean Carson. I didn't realise it was a referee. Both teams said thank you from the bottom of their hearts because he had just shirt and shorts like they do.
Wow, yeah.
I don't know whether, I guess the players did too, but maybe when you get a bit of contact and stuff, it warms you up. But he just had a whistle and good intentions. So good on him. Good on all those people that have to rough it. I mean, even the mud on the weekend, there's refs, there's trainers, there's all these people that have to run out there and come back to support the players and keep the game going. So anyway, I love snowy. Seems to happen once a year somewhere. It's often usually down, Coomera and places like that. But so it sort of hit somewhere else this time. Now, Group 2. We'll get on to that. Yeah, Group 2. They're into their elimination, their end of season, what do you call it? Semi-finals.
Final
they
series,
call them in the classics. So the just to sort of cover what's happening around the groups. Maxwell and play Coffs Comets in an eliminator, and the qualifiers are Nambucca versus Sawtell, with Woolgoolga having the week off.
Yep.
The two, I don't want to angry anyone's blood up, but the two grafted teams were the two that didn't qualify.
Yeah, it's amazing. It would be a first for a very, very long time that both don't. There's always one that's always strong, if not both. But I did see that. I thought, gee, what's going on up there?
I don't know. Well, we've seen teams just go from, basement to penthouse kind of thing pretty quick in the past couple of seasons. So maybe one of the Coffs teams, which one's the better one again?
Well, the Coffs Comets have always been the sort of,
which is the better Grafton team?
Oh, the better Grafton team. It's pretty easy, isn't it?
Is your uncle watching this?
They've got white in the jersey. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, okay. I'm setting you up there, I know. Anyway, and got a bit of Goulburn Murray Premiership news that I think a few of my mates who may not even watch this show pointed out to me that Shepparton defeated Wangaratta. I don't know if you saw this, 118-1.
I did see a big result with the Greens as well.
Yeah, same round. Tumbarumba defeated Wodonga 118-0. So, props to those teams. Good on, though. Jacob Isaac Campbell Roberts. I don't know whether he's two hyphenated names or there's a typo there or something. Anyway, I'm sorry, Jacob. He kicked the field goal for Wangaratta. So
that's brilliant, yeah.
So in the, I think, 65th minute, I thought, there's got to be a bit of larrikin kind of Aussie kind of, screw this, let's kick a field goal here kind of charm to that, which I absolutely love.
There was a game, I think it was Lakes United v Maitland from memory. This is pre-COVID, so this is really testing my memory out, but I'm pretty sure Maitland were leading Lakes 50-0, and it wasn't Callum Burgess, it was somebody, not Callum Burgess, he does play for Maitland, apologies, but someone kicked a field goal for the final score to be 50-1.
Oh, I love it. You got to laugh. I think that's almost the losing team showing that everyone, look, we're just, we're not taking this too, life's too short to take this too seriously. And sort of finally, the final, the second grand final of the year is up. The Border League.
Border League, excellent.
A bit like Mount Isa, the third, Mount Isa. There's been three grand finals, Pro 10 Cup and Mount Isa. Like Mount Isa, though, they've only been able to have three teams this year.
Yep.
Good on Mount Isa struggle with two, and I always sort of think good on these teams for doing it every week, because it must be a bit harder, a bit more of a challenge when you don't have that variety of competition and stuff. But they've got through the season. There was a qualifying preliminary final last week where Tenterfield defeated Inglewood 58 points to 4. They play Stanthorpe, who have not lost a game. So another one where they don't qualify for Clayton's Cup, but good on Stanthorpe. They have an undefeated season so far. and they are playing Tenterfield in the grand final. Tenterfield recently, I think it was this year, is their first year back, so good on them for getting there as well. But it's at Sullivan Oval, Stanthorpe, this Saturday. I would love if they got the crowd, and the good thing is Stanthorpe are playing Inglewood in the league tag, so hopefully some Inglewood fans will get there as well, make a great day of it. Of course, the Stanthorpe team are the Gremlins, so go the Gremlins. Often you get to say that, and I love their logo, and I love that they're Gremlins because there's plenty of Magpies and there's plenty of Tigers and there's plenty of Bulldogs. So good on them for being a Gremlin. And I'll just quickly touch on Clayton's Cup first of all.
Okay.
I'll apologise because I've been putting Port City in there. Have I mentioned Port City as being a contender like recently?
I thought you did. It was the Port Macquarie Sharks, which are on the City Breakers or the Sharks?
No, Sharks, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, maybe I got it wrong. Let me double check whether they have lost a game. I thought, I looked back at the thing, I thought, oh, geez, I think they've lost a game against Old Bar a couple of weeks ago, and I completely missed it. It might have been our bye week. I'm blaming the bye week. But what is interesting is Merimbula-Pambula were the only real team to play on the weekend. Coolah had the week off because it was their first week of their semi-finals. Merimbula-Pambula nearly got defeated by Bombala, 28 points to 26. So as much as you kind of go, look, who cares? You know, they're dominating the comp down there. They're having a great run of it, the Bulldogs. It would be very interesting to see. Yes, I'm correct. The Sharks have lost a game.
Yes.
Okay, I'm sorry to the Port people, but I actually was holding you up in a higher esteem than
So that means there's two left.
There's two, yeah.
Okay.
So that 3 last week was just my brain fade. I think it was only in late July that they lost to Old Bar, and I just missed it. But we're down to Merimbula-Pambula and Coolah. Merimbula-Pambula were 2 points away from being undefeated. Coolah could have laid claim to it, but we are now in the semi-finals. Merimbula-Pambula have qualified for the semi-finals, and Coolah are only they might only have 2 more games to play.
Right. Okay.
So anyway, down to 2. That's a lot of around the groups from me, but I think we got there.
Yeah, we're still at a bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we did our grand final tips last week, and we actually forgot one too. Very very important ones. How would you describe young talent? He's around everything. Battlers of Bush Footy. Obviously, if you listen to this show, you probably read a lot of his articles.
Yeah.
But if not, check out Battlers of Bush Footy. He does a great job. He does a lot of other things too. I think he's a Group 9 media fellow, or helps with their content, and also Group 7. So, we've got his grand final tips up on the screen. They're no real... we'd say surprises there, but for the Brisbane, he's got Carina, Gold Coast, Burleigh, Rugby League, Ipswich, he's got Redbank Plains, which I think we've got as well, Stanley River, the Sunshine Coast, Northern Rivers, Coogin, Queanbeyan Kangaroos, the Canberra Rugby League, Newcastle, he has Maitland, Central Coast, Erina, Group 7, he's tipped Shell Harbour Sharks, Group 9, Wagga Kangaroos, Illawarra Rugby League, also Collies, and for the New South Wales Cup, New Zealand. I think they're very close to what we had, a few of them too.
There's a few, and he is fantastic, and his interviews and stuff are out of sight. Like, and I've got to tell him, thank you for all the months and years of me pinching information that you've put out there on your socials, because there's a lot of he finds good stories, good news. It's worth having a look if you haven't had a look yet. He's got merch, which is pretty epic, you know, good merch.
Better than us,
I know. So, it's fantastic to hear his tips. He would know a thing or two, especially around that Central West and down south kind of stuff. So, I think he picked the Kangaroos for Wagga. I did too.
Yep.
Maybe that's a good sign. I don't know. I'm trying to mooch off everyone else's knowledge. Like Dwayne picked the same as me up the coast. So I'm like, good. He knows his North Coast, and he picked the same as me. But yeah, it's getting interesting. Did anyone pick Woden Valley? I thought someone might have. Maybe I'm wrong. No, because there's some. Maybe I'm.
No, I've gone for the Kangaroos
to
do the three-peat.
So anyway, it's. It'll be very interesting to see. Is there a prize, Paul? I don't know.
Nights accommodation in the Caribbean at Condable, and I think it's pretty
fantastic. Good. You get to present the Clayton's Cup. I've just made that decision.
Yeah, that could be it. Actually,
that'd be great.
Yeah.
Anyway, go to Coolah maybe. Yeah. So anyway, that's that, and we'll wait and see how these finals finish.
Yeah, excellent. Where are we now? So Peter McDonald Premiership.
Peter McDonald.
Forget that. If obviously we did a couple of games earlier in the year on BarTV Sports, the Peter McDonald Premiership, but we'll have all the games from now on, the Peter McDonald Premiership, all the finals, not just first grade, reserve grade, under 18s, women's tackle, and also ladies league tag. It's all going to be on BarTV Sports. So if you're out of the area and support one of the teams, you can subscribe, download the app, watch it through that way, or go to the website. There's plenty of ways you can watch the Peter McDonald Premiership on BarTV Sports. We've got the ladder up, how they finished.
I was just looking it up myself. I very rarely get my phone out, but it's like I really would have a look at it. What I find confounding is that we talk about for and against. The minor premiership was decided by 14 points.
Yes.
So that's pretty close when it comes to sorting that out.
And it was decided on the final weekend because Forbes were on top, even though they had the win.
Yeah.
It wasn't enough. Dubbo Sims won by more. For the people that are listening in, Dubbo Sims minor premiers, Forbes in second, both finishing on 25 points. In third place is Orange Sims on 23, Mudgee on 21 in fourth. Then the bottom four, I should say, Wellington on 20, Orange Hawks 17, Bathurst and Pats 16, Dubbo Macquarie 14, rounding out the top 8. Parks just missing out, finishing 9th on 12. Nyngan with 9 points in 10th. Bathurst Panthers 11th and 6th, and Lithgow Workies picking up the spoon with the 4 points.
Yeah, credit to Lithgow Workies. Something worth mentioning. They lost to Mudgee on the weekend by, it was 6-6 at half time.
Yeah, okay.
So Mudgee, look at where Mudgee is on the ladder. They came 4th. They would have come 5th if Lithgow knocked them over. They end up getting away with it. Mudgee 14 points to 6, but for a team that has got the spoon, they finished fighting. The week before, Lithgow lost to Forbes 14-10. So in the last 2 weeks, they've lost to the second place getter by 4 points and the fourth place getter by 8 points. So big finish there from Lithgow. It must have scared the crap out of a couple of those. Especially scared Mudgee on the weekend, but Forbes the week before. If they'd lost that game, there would have been wouldn't have been a close minor premiership. They would have been further down the list.
Yeah, so 4 venues this weekend for the final series, week 1. 2 games on Saturday, or 2 venues, I should say. Forbes hosting Orange Sims and Orange Hawks at home to Bathurst and Pats there on Saturday. Then on Sunday we have Dubbo Sims, against Mudgee, and Wellington Cowboys, they host Dubbo Macquarie. There'll be a few fans, or friends I should say, of BarTV that'll be cheering for the Wellington Cowboys.
Yeah, I was fueling that feud with Dubbo. You didn't have to call them. What'd you call them just then?
I've got Rellos out there, so
that's fine.
I've got to be careful.
But yeah, you talk about it, like 2 Orange teams in the semis, 2 Dubbo teams in the semis, a Bathurst team, which is good to see as well. And Forbes have been dominant the past couple of years. Mudgee's always in with a shot. Wellington have been playing well this year. So it's not. I think this competition's, this semi-final is going to be a cracker, because I couldn't look at any of those teams and say, I could pick that team as being knocked out in the first week or losing for sure. And I also couldn't look at that comp and go, they're a certainty. Like that Forbes and Dubbo, they look great, but there's no team I would look at in that comp and say, they've got it, like the Penrith of the past few years kind of thing. So it's going to be super close, fantastic footy to watch, and I can't wait.
Yep, so if you're listening to this or watching on YouTube and you're not yet subscribed to BarTV Sports and you want to watch the Peter McDonald Premiership or any of the other comps that BarTV cover, well then you got to sign up, because we're heading into the pointy end of the season. There's going to be a lot of good footy played. So make sure you sign up.
And if you want a taste of it, you can do a weekly subscription still at the moment.
I think so.
Yeah, well, I just saw, for the people out that way who may have never tried BarTV, it's sort of like a party drug. We'll give you a week's worth, you get addicted, and suddenly you want more. But it could be a good way to just think, I want to check this out. But even just subscribe for the first month, it's really not that much money for a month's action, because you're going to have a lot of other semi-finals to watch and other games, just to balance to show the universe too that I'm not obsessed with Corey Cox. He's not the only person out there scoring tries. Keep an eye out for Jack Smith, top try scorer for the Peter McDonald Premiership.
All right.
For Forbes, 21 tries in 14 games is not to be sneezed at either. So keep an eye out on him. Keep an eye out on his plays this week.
What's the odds for him being first try scorer?
Oh, geez, I don't know.
Just put you on the spot there.
No,
so
that would
wasn't
not actually.
scripted at all.
I don't think there are odds, but part of me just wants to be a semi-illegal bookie at the moment and start framing odds for all of this. I mean, it's going to be a great. Orange Sims have had a great season. Like I keep look at these matchups. I'm like, wow, Orange have had a great season, and Forbes have been really strong. So can't quite predict who's going to win, let alone who's going to score.
Yeah. All right. Is that around the groups?
Yeah, around the groups, I reckon.
Excellent. Yeah, thanks, Geoff. Some good insight there and info, and as we said, get on the Peter McDonald Premiership this weekend. All right, tries of the week. We normally have these at the beginning of the show. We thought we'd swap it around, but here are our tries of the week. First up, we've got Asher Buckman-Williams of the Noosa Pirates, A grade. Love kicks from the scrums in your own 20. Bounce of the ball. Well, it's towed through again. It's always good just to lag behind a little bit because you can always pick up the spoils, and that's what Asher Buckman-Williams did there. All planned, of course.
Yeah, well supported.
Another try from scrum. Anderson Bauer, Mullumbimby Giants, reserve grade. I love this. The big fend breaks through a tackle. The little legs, they're pumping here. Guy coming across. It's a bit muddy, boggy at New Park in Kyogle. He's almost running up and down on the spot.
He's looking for support that wasn't there, so I'm just going to keep running.
I love this. The dive to finish, and he just lays.
Yeah,
he
I'm
did
done.
laid there for about a minute or two there. And the team Masima, Cessnock, have a look at this pass from Reed Hugo over the back, straight into the midst of the team Masima, then the in and away. The zip man, they have to call him. Great try from the Fijian international for the Cessnock Gunners. We've got Mikhail Ibrahim of South's Logan Magpies. Now, it's a kick up in the air, bomb. It's gone backwards, hit somebody in the back. Now, I'm not sure if it's a Falcon, but we'll give it half a point. It's picked up, play on here. This is Mikhail Ibrahim with the ball now, puts it on the toe again, chasing through, fullback thinks he's got it covered, no, he's been shot by a sniper, and Ibrahim picks up the spoils for a good South Magpie try. That actually won in the match.
Yeah, wonderful.
Dane Spencer, Woden Valley Rams, the fullback, he starts to play here, they get around the opposition, Touchy couldn't keep up here with the play, blinding pace from both the winger and Spencer cutting back in to dive in the corner for a great Rams try.
Yeah, I love that finish. Love he cut back and really threw that winger.
Yes, so they're our tries of the week. If you've seen better, let us know. Share it on our social media pages. We are on Instagram now, CRL Show or CRL_show. Give us a follow. Do whatever you do on Instagram.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Actually, Paul's sort of the man of Instagram when it comes to CRL Show, and your updates on results and stuff like that are just perfect.
It's just from scanning the other sites. That's all.
It's just what you do. Yeah. But no, it's quite handy. Like sometimes you're like, I think Sunday Arvo, I was flicking through it. I didn't have much coverage where I was and stuff, and I was like, oh, I've got the full results for Group 9 and stuff like that. It's fantastic.
Excellent. Thanks, mate. All right, we'll get into the fixtures this weekend. As I say, it's the final round of the Sunshine Coast, round 18. Biwa host Coolum, must win for the Bulldogs. Also Coolum, if they want to stick with third spot. Kawana, must win for them. They host Caboolture. So both those games kicking off 5:30 Saturday. Then on also Saturday, Nambour host Caloundra. Then on Sunday we have Maroochydore hosting Stanley, 1v2, 3 p.m. on Sunday.
Yeah, some of these last round things have just worked out perfect, haven't they? Illawarra round 15, final round. We've got De La Salle playing Corrimal. The Collies are hosting Thirroul, maybe on a wet Thirroul Collies, and Dapto are at home to West.
Yeah, well, we said Collies are the wet weather kings. Thirroul's probably the mud kings.
Yeah, the wet versus the mud. It sounds like some game show or something, I don't know.
It's the final round of Canberra Rugby League as well, round 18. Woden Valley, they're at home to Goulburn City. As we mentioned earlier, they need to win, but win by a big margin, and then hope on hope for Belconnen United to defeat West Belconnen on Sunday by also a good margin. But mathematically, they're still in the running.
Yeah.
Other games, Gungahlin, they host Queanbeyan Roos. Roos win that. They do wrap up the minor premiership. And yes, they host Queanbeyan Blues.
Yeah, now Brisbane Rugby League, couple of rounds left, long season up there, round 20. Valleys host West on Saturday, Logan are up home against Souths, and then Wynnum on Sunday host Carina.
Yeah, that's the match of the round, I think.
Brilliant.
Just backtracking on Canberra Rugby League, Tuggeranong, they've won 9 in a row.
Yeah.
Now they've got a bye,
Yeah.
semi-finals. Would you want to be playing again this weekend just to keep that momentum going?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it is
Superstitious.
It's a tricky one, isn't it? But then they can sit back and watch this battle going on because I think if the table was pretty stable, they'd think, we probably wouldn't be out there and having a crack. But the teams because there's so much up for grabs when it comes to teams moving up and down the ladder, they might think, okay, go out and bash each other. Seriously, whoever we're going to play next week, really hope they've thrown all of their energy.
Yeah, true.
Into getting third place or whatever it is that they're fighting for. So I don't know. We'll see what the results. What's the better idea next week?
Yeah. Ipswich round 14, 2 rounds left. Fassy Fernley at home to North's Tigers, and Redbank Plains host Brothers. They're both 6 p.m. Saturday, and on Sunday standalone sees West End host Ipswich.
And 2 rounds left of Gold Coast Rugby League, round 16. We've got Runaway Bay hosting Helensvale. Southport, who may have already booked their inter-season trip, are hosting Currumbin, and Burleigh are at home to Tugun, which will be a cracker.
Yep, Group 7, round 16, 3 to play down there. Berry at home to Nowra on Saturday, also Jamboree v Milton Ulladulla, and Kiama v Albion Park. That one will be a beauty, all on Saturday. Then the standalone Sunday, Shell Harbour v Gerringong. They've had some ripper battles the last couple of years. That will be an absolute beauty.
Yeah, there's some of these games are just perfectly poised for the end of the season. Newcastle round 17, only 2 rounds to go. And Cessnock are hosting the entrance on Saturday. Lakes are playing Macquarie Saturday as well. Maitland are at home to West on Saturday, and Central playing Northern Saturday. All the games are on Saturday because Souths are playing Wyong on Saturday. Is there a game through the week though?
As we're recording this Tuesday, I believe there could be Lakes could be hosting Central Wednesday night. If you're watching this Wednesday, chances are there's a game happening.
Yeah, tune in.
Yeah. Group 9, round 15, 2 to play down there as well. Brothers host Kangaroos. Tamora at home to Tumut there on Saturday, then 3 games on Sunday. Young at home to Junee. Albury host South City, and Cootamundra take on Gundagai for the Challenge Cup.
Yeah, nice. Okay, NRRL round 16, ominously called possibly their last round.
Well, hang on a minute.
Yeah,
Hold the phone,
Hold
because
the
what
phone.
I've written there is completely wrong, because NRRL's bamboozled us.
Oh.
It's supposed to be round 16. Play NRL's not updated. We did get an email this afternoon, so they're going to play
Late
the round 5.
We've never had late news.
Late
breaking news.
Breaking news. Yeah,
fantastic.
better late than never. But there it is. I'll read them out for you because I've got it in front. Evans heads at home to Northern United. That's on Saturday. Then the rest are happening Sunday. Kyogle host Tweed Coast, New Park. Murwillumbah hosts Lower Clarence, and Morris Brothers and Tweed Heads at Crozier Park. And Bilambil at home to Casino. That'll probably be the feature match. Those 2 teams are in the semi-finals.
Crackerjack. In their defence, they've had a lot of rain and a lot of things to deal with this season. So they're really doing catch-ups now, aren't they? Really?
Yeah, you're a bit more lenient than I am.
Oh, well, I just saw possibly last round. I thought, do they know something about a comet that's going to hit the Earth and we don't know about or something?
Oh, but thanks to Dwayne Neville, our commentator up the north, he gave us the tip that was potentially going to happen.
Yeah.
But, anyway, so it's happening.
So without... I don't expect you to know this answer, so it's an odd question to ask. But does that mean round 16's next week, or do they have a? Okay,
we believe it'll be next week. That they've pushed the finals back a week, which will play havoc with a lot of players that have organised an end-of-season trip.
Yeah,
so,
hell yeah. I know when the flooding a couple of years ago, I know Group 3 had to do that, but it was they were given lots of notice. They basically said mid-year. They said we're going to do this sort of thing. So, but anyway, we shall see. Knock-on Effect Cup round 24. Penrith at home. This is a cracker of a game. At home to the Warriors Saturday at 1:00. South play West on Saturday as well. We've got Parramatta playing hosting Newtown, Canberra hosting Canterbury, and Newcastle hosting the Dragons, all on Saturday. And on Sunday, standalone game, Norths are hosting Easts.
Harvey Norman Premiership Round 7. Souths at home to Parramatta. West Tigers host St George. Mounties at home to Illawarra. They're all on Saturday. And on Sunday, Cronulla hosts Canterbury. Penrith at home to Wentworthville. And Newcastle hosts Central Coast. Monday night football at the Knights Centre of Excellence.
Fantastic. Monday night footy. Love it. Jersey Flegg, round 24. The Silktails are at home to Manly on Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern time, I guess. So that's fantastic to wake up to. If I'm awake by then, probably not. Penrith are hosting the Warriors on Saturday as well. Canberra play Cronulla. Newcastle are at home against the Dragons. Melbourne play Sydney, and the Tigers host Souths. They're all on Saturday, are they?
Ron Massey Cup round 20. The final round down there sees Mounties at home to Brothers. Canterbury host Wentworthville. Glebe at home to Ryde Eastwood, and Hills Bulls host Blacktown Workers. St Mary's have the bye.
Fantastic. And again, just to recap on the Peter McDonald Premiership Finals Week 1, Forbes on Saturday host Orange Sims. The mighty Orange Hawks host Bathurst and Pats Saturday. Dubbo Sims host Mudgee, and Wellington are at home against Dubbo. It's a lovely mix there of home grounds. So there'll be a game in Wellington, Dubbo, Orange and Forbes. So it'll be fantastic.
Yeah, good spread. Yeah. All right, that's us. CRL Show all over for another week. As we say, if you can't get to a ground to support your local team or your old team, there's a fair chance you'll be able to watch it on BarTV Sports. So we've got a lot of bush footy covered, and probably more to come over these next coming weeks as a lot more comps roll into semi-finals.
Yeah, it'll be fantastic, and there'll be a real mix of, I'll be flicking on my app between games on the weekend because there'll be so much to watch, such quality footy.
All right, that's all from me, Paul Arradale.
I'm Jeff Stevenson.
We will catch you next week.